In the last episode of Hardmancanada, episode 50, Hardmancanada talked about his top 5 favorite Disney and Ghibli movies. But Bigfoot Yeti Sasquatch, the main villain of the series, escaped from prison thanks to his little brother and his friend Remilia Scarlet. A long time ago, Dokolokolo, the guardian angel of Hardmancanada, put Bigfoot in prison. This episode is a movie about the top 53 best boss intro in Megaman games. This movie is divided into many chapters for those of you who don't have the time to watch it in one sitting. Prepare yourself for a good show.
The mustache de Hardman, the mustache de Hardman.
Chapitre 1. Chapter 1. Introduction.
Hello, I'm Hardmancanada and I can speak with my telepathic powers because of my mustache. Today's subject will be about my top 53 best boss introduction in Megaman games. The first impression is very important because a person makes an unconscious judgment about someone in the first 7 seconds. In video games, a boss with a good first impression are memorable. I will show you a few examples before I start. 12 reasons exist for a boss to have a good first impression. Here are the 12 main categories.
It was nothing. You helped me to improve the security of my castle since the day Mailing humiliated me.
Après sa couilla, on prend Remilia. Voilà, très utile, hein, Mailing, hein, comme d'hab. Elle garde très bien le château.
Yes, that's right! Currently, your brother, Bigfoot Yeti Sasquatch, is fighting Dokolokolo, the guardian angel of Hardmancanada. It's been many days. This fight will be in the history books. I will teach you how to exploit the weakness of your enemies. But before we start, I will start by reminding you why your big brother hates guardian angels. About 20 years ago, your mother, Wedingo Sasquatch, was a criminal who was spreading terror in the world, but she was killed by a guardian angel, Karate Man, the uncle of the crocodile. Before you were rank A, but since the war machine defeated you, you regress to rank D. Once you absorb the Sega Genesis Mini and the new killer instinct of Hardmancanada, you will regain your original strength. Koro, his roommate, failed the 6th grade of primary school once again. He's taking remedial course. It's our chance to attack Hardmancanada. To win a fight, we need to exploit the weakness of your opponent. With that, you can beat enemies stronger than you. Each person has a different type. For example, Bigfoot Yeti Sasquatch is an ice type, is weak to fire. You, Homonid Botanic Sasquatch, you're a grass type, and you're weak to fire. The Kolokolo is a light type, and is weak to darkness. I'm a flying dark type, and I'm weak to electricity. The War Machine is a steel type, and is weak against fire. Sakura is a spiritual type, and is weak against ghosts. Hardmancanada is an electric type. An earthquake can finish him off. Remember, you're a grass type, so you resist electricity, and yesterday I taught you how to use earthquake. You have the advantage!
Category 1. Spectacular. Some bosses have a spectacular entrance, like Big Arm in Sonic 3. When he appears, the sky turns black to convey us that he is very strong. Another element that gave him a good first impression is that he is strong enough to hurt Super Sonic. The first time I saw that, I was shocked. Sonic fans still talk about him to this day because of his good first impression. Kane, the professional wrestler, is another example of a spectacular entrance. Number 2. Psychopath. Some bosses are psychopaths, like Mecha Sonic in Sonic 3 and Knuckles. He killed Egg Robo, his ally, because they had the argument on who will be the one to kill Knuckles. Category 3. Unique. Some bosses are very unique, like Wolfgang Cruiser from Fatal Fury 2, who have his own orchestral band that plays his battle theme during his fight to show you that he is the champion of the world.
I'll kindle your brave soul. Sleep well.
He have a very unique way to show his arrogance. Category 4. Scary. Some bosses are so scary that they can give you a heart attack, like the black hair Shine Maiden from the game of Fatal Frame Blackwater. She is a dangerous ghost. Don't worry, this is not a spoiler. She was introduced as a final boss at the beginning of the game. She appears in many cutscenes during the story mode. Suddenly, after you defeated the boss of Chapter 4, the final boss appears by surprise at the beginning of the game to kill you. She appears in the flesh, or should I say, in the spirit. Not only that she is scary, she is also the strongest boss until that point, because after taking 50 million pictures, she does not die. You don't have a ghost of a chance to kill her the first time. Furthermore, you know that this is not her final form because you are still at the beginning of the game. The feeling of being scared when a scary final boss comes after you in the beginning of the game is a good first impression. You don't have a ghost of a chance to beat her. On Category 5. Insult. Some bosses are very good at insulting you, just like King Hippo from Punch-Out Wii. With his body language, he is insulting you by mocking you because he is surprised that he will defend his title against a small opponent who looks weak. When a boss insults you that way, you want to teach them a lesson. In a normal situation, insulting someone is a bad first impression. During a job interview, you will never get hired, but in the context of a boss, it's a first good impression. In life, everything depends on context. Category 6. Respect. In the reverse situation, some bosses will show you respect to be polite with you before the fight, just like Yamato from Street of Rage 3. Yamato is a samurai that shows you respect, because he waits for his turn to fight you one-on-one. The other bosses doesn't do that. He is my enemy, but I respect him and I have a good opinion of him. Category 7. Exaggeration. Some bosses have an extremely exaggerated entrance, just like Suzuki from Samurai Showdown 2019, who uses her spiritual powers to build a village with a giant temple while growing giant trees to prepare to present herself. She exaggerated a lot. Some people will exaggerate a lot. People like that will use a bazooka to kill a fly, put a chemical costume instead of putting a mask, buys a new car each time it runs out of gas, and goes to the pool with a submarine to make sure they will not drown, and to lose weight, she will eat once a day instead of doing a calorie restriction like a normal person. If Shizuki made a video of the top 53 Megaman bosses, she will make a cinematic movie about it with a complex storyline. It's a good thing that I am not like that. You all know that I'm a very reasonable person. Do you hear that? There is a fly in my house. Give me a moment. I'm going to kill the fly by throwing a grenade at it. Serves him right to be a fly. Category 8. Legendary reputation. Some bosses doesn't need a spectacular entrance because they are memorable simply because of their reputation or legendary status. For example, in Persona 5, you can fight against the main character of Persona 4 as a secret boss. This moment is special for the fan of the series. Or when you fight against Alice, an iconic bad guy from the series. In Sante Half Jenny Heroes, in Risky Boots story mode, you fight against Sante, the main character of the series. In Pokemon Gold and Silver, the final boss is Red. That deranged maniac is an iconic character in the universe of Pokemon, and he doesn't need to speak to introduce himself. Category 9. The music. The music is an artistic way to make a good first impression. For example, in the game of Megamari, this is the music of the title screen. And this is the music of Patrolling Knowledge.
Ah bah c'est bon. Bon j'ai rien à dire. Des pépés. Attends. Ah non, non, en fait, je me suis vraiment merdé. J'ai raison, je me suis merdé.
In a video game, when a boss have the same music as the title screen or the first level, you know the boss is very important. Another example is when the music changes during a boss battle. For example, when you fight against King K. Rool in Donkey Kong Country, the start of the fight have a joyful tone. But when he starts to fight seriously, the music changes into a serious tone. Ristar have another similar situation. When you fight against the final boss, Greedy, in the beginning of the fight, the music is calm. But once he gets serious, the music gets more intense. Another example is when a boss uses the vocal version of a music, just like in Persona 5. I will not show you the final boss because it's a spoiler, but this is the music of the first round of the final boss. And this is the music of the final round of the final boss.
Never, and I've got to make my decision. This time it could be my moment.
A boss that uses a vocal version of the music during the second round gives you the feeling that this is the moment of truth. This is a good first impression. Category 10. Intimidation. Intimidation is another way for a boss to give you a good first impression. For example, the final boss of Yoshi's Island is a giant that you can see from the horizon. I will give him a 10 out of 10 for his intimidation. Rusev, a pro wrestler, intimidated his opponent's boss. Sometimes it can give you an intense amount of pressure while you are mentally preparing yourself. For example, the giant Death Egg Robo from Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Before he appears, we can hear him walking and we are asking to ourselves, who or what is making that noise? Don't tell me he is my next opponent. Or the final boss of Mega Bomberman, Dragon R01. When the final boss opens the metal door by punching it, I say to myself, who or what is strong enough to do that, and don't tell me that he is my next opponent. A boss with a good suspense is unforgettable. Number 12. The motivation. One of the best bosses are overpowered bosses that you face in the beginning of the game, and you will face that boss in the ending of the game once your character is stronger. For example, Faust, the final boss of Thunder Force 4. The first time you see him, he defeated you and all of your friends like you were nothing. He defeated you easily and you barely managed to survive against him. After you lost the fight, you receive an upgrade, and you understand that he is the goal of the game. He is the final boss. Once you become stronger, you will face him for one last time in the final level in a 1 versus 1 fight. This is the moment of the truth. This type of bosses have a strong impression because you became emotionally invested in the success of your character. Each Megaman boss that I will show you will have one or more of these 12 categories. I will only show you bosses of official Megaman games, and I will exclude special bosses of the Megaman X Legacy Collection, a mod where you fight 2 bosses at the same time. That way it's going to be fair. Megaman is one of my favorite video game series, and I have a lot of passion for Megaman games. Wow, this is the longest intro I have ever done in my life.
Chapitre 2, Chapter 2. Il y a 3 semaines. 3 weeks ago.
I will take Kyoko. Dokolokolo, you will take Misako.
Hardmancanada, don't forget, Revisiting Girls is based on teamwork. Don't do random things.
No, I will take care of the zombies. I have a mustache after all.
We are ready to face the third boss. I will fight the zombies while you fight the boss.
No, I will take care of the zombies. I have a mustache after all.
You see, we died because of you. Hello.
Dokolokolo, I found the hiding place of Bigfoot Yeti Sasquatch. I am with Sakwa War. We will continue our attack in 1,800 seconds.
No, War Machine, don't do it. I had a dream that you died. A fight against him can last many days. I will be the one to fight him alone. Stay in standby with Sakwa War.
Negative. If all 3 of us attack Bigfoot Yeti Sasquatch, we have a probability of 83% to win. Dokolokolo, if you fight him alone, you only have a probability of 42% to win. You are illogical.
Dokolokolo, even you are the strongest guardian angel in the world, Bigfoot is still incredibly strong. With only 1% of his power, he is rank S. Are you crazy? Last time you needed my help to beat him, and we both almost died.
You both must stay to protect Hardmancanada. Obonid Botanic Sasquatch will try to steal the Sega Genesis Mini of Hardmancanada to gain his original power. It's possible that Remilia and Zelda will come to assist him.
Sakwa War have the probability of 88% to beat Remilia Scarlet. When Omonid was rank A,
I had a probability of 182% to beat him. I beat him so badly that he came back to rank D. He is so weak now that even Hardmancanada can beat him with a probability of 84%.
War Machine can start Protocol 77 for our last resort.
This might be the last time you will ever see me. I had a dream that I died. If I die, please take care of Hardmancanada for me. He must continue doing video to make people around the world happy. Affirmative. Bigfoot Yeti Sasquatch, I will put you back in prison. War Machine built a new prison just for you. I am ready to fight you.
desire to fight.
Battle 1. Fight!
Whoa. Guys, whoa, les amis. Bigfoot and Dokolo are fighting, and they've been fighting for over 10 days. It's insane. Bigfoot et Dokolo sont en train de se battre, et ça fait plus de 10 jours. C'est fou.
Incroyable.
It's been crazy, yeah. I did Dokolo and Bigfoot their fighting is getting absolutely ridiculous. I've been seeing earthquakes happen, I've been seeing lightning bolts go out of nowhere, and just all kind of crazy. It's like, what the heck? I've seen some crazy fights, but oh my lord. It's definitely chaotic. Yeah, no, I wouldn't put you near that. No. The fighting is very hot.
Moi, écoute, Hardmancanada. Moi, j'ai vu Bigfoot, Yeti, Sasquatch et Dokolo près du mont Fuji. J'étais avec Utsio Ryuji et on était en train de s'entraîner et je les ai vus se battre. Et le combat était tellement violent. Genre, j'ai vu Bigfoot donner un coup tellement fort à Dokolo qu'il a envoyé valser au moins 10 km pour venir s'écraser sur un volcan. Et ça a provoqué une éruption volcanique. On n'a pas eu le choix, Utsio et moi, on a dû s'envoler au loin pour pas être blessés. Et là, je me suis réfugié dans un restaurant de nouilles encore ouvert.
Oh, le gros bac. J'espère que tu vas bien.
Là, ça va, mais il y a encore des secousses de temps en temps.
What about you, Shadow?
I don't know. They've been all over the place. Even in my country, they've been fighting everywhere in my city. I've seen them on the streets, in towns, in shopping, using weaponry, everything. The fighting is non-stop. It's been covered on the media all over, even in my country. They literally can be seen anywhere you look, causing destruction wherever they go. Bigfoot and Dokolo are really a force to be reckoned with. I have never seen anything like that. They really are just beings from another reality, it seems. No matter where you go, their damage and destruction can be felt. It is literally world shaking, and it's definitely giving my country, Ireland, a lot of notice. It's kind of for real, honestly. Even our government and everyone else is talking about it. It's honestly surreal and crazy. When will the fighting ever stop? More importantly, will it ever stop?
Oh man,
it's crazy.
Like Bofa, this is the fight of the century. Ça c'est le combat du siècle. So this is for the sake of the world. I hope Dokolo will win. Ça c'est pour l'avenir du monde. J'espère que Dokolo va gagner.
Oui.
Dokolo. Number 53 is Bomb of Megaman Legend. In this level, your mission is to protect the city, but once you completed the mission, there is a dead silence for a few seconds before the boss appears in a dramatic way. The suspense of this moment was well made.
It appears that the robots and
Number 52 is General from Megaman X4. In General, his intimidation tactic works well. He stands up to show you that he is bigger than you, and he breaks his chairs with his jet engine installed in his back. It's not good to generalize people. Number 51 is Please Yourself for Megaman Star Force 2. His legendary status of being the Loch Ness Monster gives us the impression that you are assisting a historical moment during his dramatic entrance. Number 50 is Yellow Devil from Megaman X5. His intro is epic because we can hear his music theme before he appears. Those of us who know his music have a moment of PTSD to give us despair because it was a shock to everyone that he came back. Listen to his music theme in other Mega Man games. The Yellow Devil is an iconic villain of Mega Man game that causes great suffering. He caused a lot of suffering to many players because he is a difficult boss. The other reason why his intro is epic because in Mega Man X5, originally Mega Man X5 was supposed to be the final Mega Man X game. And the music meant that you will be fighting the Yellow Devil for the last time. But because in that era Mega Man game was so popular, Capcom changed his mind and then they made more Mega Man games, and I'm happy about it.
Chapitre 4, Chapter 4, Mauvaise première impression, Bad first impression.
Number 49 is Dynamo Man from Mega Man Base. Dynamo Man is an electric boss with a unique entrance. He charges his energy inside a docking station before presenting himself. A very shocking entrance. Number 48 is Claymore from Mega Man Legend 2. That thief is insane. He is completely crazy. He lost it. He is mad at Mega Man because Mega Man abandoned him inside a dungeon. The reason why he was abandoned was because he tried to rob Mega Man and thinks it's unfair that Megaman defended himself. But he is so crazy that he doesn't understand that what he did is wrong.
I thought I told you to wait. I didn't think you'd gotten this far. A little more and I would have lost you. Okay then. Ready for another round?
Number 47 is Launch Octopus from Megaman X1. With his body language, he disrespects you by saying that you're going down. By the way, these bosses that I'm showing you are bosses that will never get included in this list because they give us a bad first impression. The programmers ran out of idea when they created these ridiculous bosses. They give us a bad impression for many reasons. Some of them have weak power, like throwing water bubbles, or some of them have a ridiculous are just so ridiculous looking, like Coca-Petri, he's just a chicken. Or Strike Man, he's just a baseball player. Or Toad Man, he looks so ridiculous. Sheep Man, Bubble Crab, Bounce Man, Toad Man, Strike Man, option of Yama, Chill Penguin or Poplar, Coca-Petri. Oh man, they look so weak. Number 46 is Backfire from Megaman ZX Advent. Backfire insulted your character, but I will first give you a short explanation to understand the context. In Megaman ZX happened hundreds of years after the death of the legendary heroes like Megaman, Bass, Protoman, Megaman X, Zero, Axel, Harpuya, Leviathan, and so on. The DNA of these legends are inside a container called biometal. If a person with a compatible DNA touches a biometal, that person can inherit the power of the corresponding Megaman. For example, Vent have inherited the power of the blue Megaman, Megaman X, and Zero have inherited the power of the red Megaman, Zero, and Hash have also inherited the power of a Megaman. This is one of the few Megaman games where a girl is a main character, but listen to what Backfired said.
You make big mistake. The one you choose, no good. Megaman chosen one. A girl? No good you lend power.
Mistake!
Backfire insulted you by saying that a girl cannot be a Megaman because they are so weak. What insolence! He gave you another reason to beat him. Number 45 is Shademan. Shademan have an impressive introduction. Before you fight him, you meet Bass, the rival of Megaman. Bass got defeated by Shademan and warns Megaman that he is very strong. And it gives us the moment of suspense because you are wondering who is strong enough to beat Bass, my rival. Once you meet him, you are surprised that he is very polite and very respectful because you were expecting someone rude and arrogant. His politeness and respect was very impressive.
Chapitre 5, Chapter 5, Voleur de Killer Instinct, Killer Instinct Thief.
Number 44 is Punk from Megaman 3, the Game Boy version. When Megaman meets Dr. Wily, Punk appears in a spectacular way. With the body language of Megaman, we understand that Megaman had to make a choice of pursuing Punk or pursuing Dr. Wily, but he prioritized to stop Punk because Punk had the reputation of being very violent and very dangerous, and he needed to be stopped at any cost. Punk also appeared as a secret boss in Megaman 10. This guy fights like a punk. Number 43 is Grenade Man. He destroys his own wall. His spectacular entrance is very explosive.
I'll be nice on you!
Number 42 is Blizzard Buffalo for the Sega Saturn version of Mega Man X3. He have a unique intro where he make ice sculptures in a few seconds with his bare hand, or should I say with his buffalo hand. He's a chill guy. He know how to break the ice to introduce himself. This is the next Mega Man game that I want to show you guys. What? What is that? Ouch! Ouch! Now I remember you. A long time ago you tried to steal my Sega Genesis Mini. I won't let you. You lost. It's time to finish you. Ouch! What was that? Come back here! Don't run away! Oh no! Not my Sega Genesis Mini! Thief! You dirty thief! No! Don't tell me you want to steal another game. Don't tell me you want to steal the new Killer Instinct for Xbox Series X. The physical copy of this game is very rare. Don't touch that game. No! No! No!
Hardmancanada, leave him to us. He became too strong for you.
Homonid Botanic Sasquatch. Even if you are ranked AAA, I have a probability of 190% to win. You cannot defeat me. Stealing rare games is a crime.
Sakura War Machine, I'm happy to see you guys. My guardian angel have cool friends. Time to see the War Duo in action.
Battle mode. Mode bataille. War laser. War laser. Sakura, your turn.
Spiritual Art. Kobu Sakura.
He ran away. That criminal never gives up.
Hardmancanada, we are soon going to go after him. You are safe for now.
Thanks for saving my life.
Chapitre 6. Chapter 6. Rank C. Rang C.
Now I showed you all the rank D bosses. Now I will show you a rank C boss. Number 41 is Death Tank Mantis from Megaman 03. We meet a skinny man who is very confident that he can beat you. And we wonder, why is he so confident? He is skinny, he look weak. But suddenly he reveals why he is so confident. He transformed himself into a giant mantis in a spectacular way. Very impressive. You need to go to church before fighting a praying mantis. Number 40 is Hardman from the Sega Saturn version of Megaman 8. Hardman is a secret boss in Megaman 8. Hardman is an iconic character in the series because he was in the first Mega Man game. This first generation robot is very popular. Because of his status of popularity, people are happy to see him. He is also a secret boss in Mega Man X8 because of his popularity.
Here I come!
Number 39 is Coragus Ancus of Mega Man 02. During the event of this game, he was looking for his brother Hercules Ancus, who have disappeared after the event of Mega Man 01. To my great surprise, this is what happened in the final level. He reunited with his brother, a very touching moment that made me cry the first time. I was so happy for him. In his perspective, it's a historical moment, a very unique entrance. Family is very, very important. Number 38 is Flame Hynard from Mega Man X7. This crazy boss does sound pollution. He is so crazy that he doesn't notice that he is walking beside his opponent, and during the battle he screamed like a maniac. Burn! Burn to the ground! Burn to the ground! Burn to the ground! Burn to the ground! That's not all. He divides himself into three and rides on a giant horse that's walking on lava. Even those who didn't play Mega Man X7 knows about the reputation of that maniac. He is an insane, deranged maniac. Number 37 are all the controllable characters in Mega Man game. In some game, you will fight against other characters because of a conflict or a character being manipulated by a bad guy. Once you realize who you are fighting against one of the legendary heroes. It's an unforgettable moment. For example, in the bad ending of Mega Man X2, you fight against Zero. In the final level of Mega Man 7, you fight against Bass in his final form. In the story of Hardman in Mega Man Powered Up, you fight against Mega Man. In Mega Man ZX Advent, Ash fight against Vent, the hero of the previous game. In the normal ending of Mega Man X5, you fight against the legendary Mega Man X himself. In Mega Man Battle Network 5, you fight against Mega Man. And in the story of Vile of Mega Man Maverick Hunter X, you fight against Zero and Mega Man X together in a 2 vs 1 fight. An epic intro for an epic fight. Number 36 is Balcon Gerat of Mega Man Legend. You see the river that I am on? He lives in that river. Balcon Gerat is a boss with an extremely exaggerated intro. When he appears, the whole ocean trembles. And it feels like you are assisting the event of the year.
Wait! I can see it on the sonar! Heads up, Mega Man! Something big's coming this way!
Chapitre 7, Chapter 7, Leçon de War Machine, War Machine's Lesson.
Number 35 is Gemini Man from Mega Man 3. The first time I witnessed his ability to split himself into two, it was very impressive because I wasn't expecting that. When I was a kid, he taught me that Gemini is a zodiac constellation that represents twins. His fighting style was replicated in other Mega Man games like Mega Man X, like Split Mushroom from Mega Man X4.
Hardmancanada, War Machine wants to talk to you. It's very important.
Okay. I will install protocol 345 in your body. That way it will be easier for you to use the energy of your guardian angel to transform into Golden Mustache. It's a special request of Dokolokolo. Don't forget, you can only maintain that form for a limited amount of time. When you use your special attack through the mustache, you will lose a lot of energy. Wow, I feel a huge energy in me. I have a question. How did you defeat Omonid easily? You are rank B, but your opponent was rank AAA. Yes, I will explain, but I will first give you a lesson about power levels. F is the minimum and S is the maximum. In rank F minus, you are as strong as a bacteria. In rank F, as an insect or a rat. In rank E, as strong as a kid. Rank D, the strength for the normal person. Rank D plus, the strength of an athlete. Rank C, you have a strength comparable to a bear or a lion. In rank C, your abilities are considered superhuman, and in the manga of One Punch Man, you need to be at the very minimum rank C to be a superhero. From rank C+, you are as strong as an elephant. From rank B, you have the potential to destroy a house. In rank B+, you can destroy a building. In rank A, you can destroy a neighborhood. In rank A+, you can destroy a city. In rank S, you can destroy a country. And in rank S+, you can destroy the moon or the surface of the planet. In general, power levels are determined by physical strength, special strength, or mechanical strength. Mechanical strength? Physical strength are people who uses their muscle. Quite easy to understand. The special strength are those who uses their magic powers, psychic powers, elemental powers, or spiritual powers. The mechanical strength are those who rely on their gadgets or battle armor. Thanks to special and mechanical strength, physically weak people can have huge power levels. Wow, this is all very interesting. The power level is not the only factor that determines a winner. If you have more battle experience, you can win. If you have a strange ability, you can win. If you use your intelligence, you can win. If you are faster than your opponent, you can win. If you use their weakness, you can win. Because of my years of military experience and advanced calculation, I can beat most opponents stronger than me. That's why I can easily beat Homonid. I see. In the end, you should never underestimate your opponent. Yes, a virus is a perfect example. The size of a virus is about 100 nanometers. It is rank F-, very weak, but he can kill an S-rank opponent. There are three types of virus. Number one is a biological virus that can affect your physical strength. Number two are computer virus that can affect your mechanical strength. And number three are curses. This type of virus can affect your special powers. This is the reason why Shipman is a very dangerous enemy, even if he is extremely weak.
War Machine, sorry to interrupt, but we need to look for Homonid.
Thank you for everything. Next time we will continue this conversation. Promise me that you will not die. Good luck. Affirmative.
Chapitre 8, Chapter 8, Un boss fou, a crazy boss.
Number 34 is Vanishing Kangaroo from Megaman X7. This boss is scary because he never gives up. This boss has 3 phases and it's impressive. Normally, only the final boss has 3 phases. In the first phase, he fights in an armor. In the second phase, he fights unarmed. In the third phase, he fights with his full power. The first time I saw him, his perseverance was so impressive that I was afraid of him. It's like in the movie of Rocky Balboa. Apollo beat Rocky many times, but Rocky stood up each time. Even if Apollo was way stronger than Rocky, Apollo was beginning to be afraid of Rocky because Rocky never gives up. And that's how I felt when I fought against the Vanishing Kangaroo. Number 33 is Giant Sigma from Megaman X7. Listen to what he says.
Warning! Warning! Ready for the real thing?
He said that because he finally learned from his mistake. In previous Mega Man game, each time he transformed into a final form of a giant man, he's transformed into a giant but inside a closed room that limits his movement. After over 7 tries, he finally learned from his mistake. When you transform into a giant, make sure you have an open space. The suspense of finally seeing what he is capable of in his giant form is intense. This time, he fights for real. This is the real thing. Number 32 is Tunnel Rhino from the Sega Saturn version of Mega Man X3. His intro is so spectacular because he destroys everything in his passage with an earthquake. Number 31 are the Birdbot team from Mega Man Legend 2. My first impression of them was that they are completely insane and overly excited. They argue with each other because the blue Birdbot thought that his friends was talking about him.
All of our assault teams have been shot down. Inconceivable!
I told you not to underestimate them. How come we have to go to so much trouble over one little blue guy? Blue guy? Are you talking about me? Blue? Are you talking about me? No, not you. The guy down there.
Curses! Our plan may have failed, but we can't let that blue guy off this easy for our fallen comrades. Battle stations!
Yeah, get the blue guy!
Furthermore, later in the game, you are in a mission to save a girl from the secret base of the Birdbot before it explodes. But the Birdbot came to take their revenge against Mega Man during the worst possible moment, a few moments before a deadly explosion. And I said to myself, oh no, you must be kidding me.
We better hurry.
Can't stop the bomb from going off.
Megaman, come on! You, me, the blue guy!
If we can
In the bad ending, Mega Man, the girl, and the Birdbot, they all die inside the explosion. Here's an important lesson. The path of revenge might ruin your life. For example, the Birdbot risked their life just to get their revenge, and they pay the ultimate price.
Chapitre 9, Chapter 9, le rang B, Rank B.
Now we made it in the B tier list of the boss introduction. Number 30 is Cyber Peacock of the Japanese version of Mega Man X4. He insulted you in a very savage way. Listen to what he said.
醜い者は滅びておしまい
He said, "You are so ugly that you must die." That insult was so brutal that it was censored on the international version of Mega Man X4. Number 29 is Searchman of Mega Man 8. His camouflage capacity is remarkable. In military school, he passed his camouflage exam because no one saw him in class on the day of the final exam. To be honest, I found it very suspicious.
Hey boy, come on.
Number 28 is Yeti Blizzard from Mega Man Star Force 2. He is very impressive for two reasons. The first one is because of his legendary status of being a Bigfoot, a legendary animal where no one is able to take a clear picture of. Number 2 is because of his intimidating factor of hitting his chest. Megaman X also was lucky enough to meet a Bigfoot in person, and his name was Avalanche Yeti.
3, testing. Alright, listen up. Drop everything and give me your undivided attention. In about an hour, we'll be arriving at our destination, Catalog's Island. Double check your equipment readings and make sure everything's in working order. I want another flawless operation, same as the last one. I swear this treasure will be ours or my name's not Bond.
Number 27 is the Gesellschaft, the legendary airship of the Bond family. The Bond used a giant ship to fight against the small ship of Megaman. This method is extreme.
It's the bonds.
Chapitre 10. Chapter 10. Remilia Scarlet.
Number 26 is Torchman from Megaman 11. He sends you a heat wave while doing a cool kung fu pose. Very exceptional. He burns with passion to fight against Megaman.
Perhaps you will be a challenge. Hiya!
I found him. Omonid Botanic Sasquatch is there, but he is not alone.
I will take care of Omonid Botanic Sasquatch. You take care of Remilia. We have a probability of 230% to win.
Sakurawa! Last time you threw me into the river, I did a lot of research to beat you. I guarantee that you will die on the most powerful attack, Scarlet Netherworld!
Remilia, did you forget that we have the probability of 230% to win? War Machine worked for the police, and he will put you all to prison.
I will show you that War Machine's calculations are wrong.
Choose to fight.
Ready to fight? Someone or something is attacking us!
This must be Remilia's plan. Travel into Kobu Sakura just to be safe. Without information, I can't compute.
I can't can't move anymore!
System error, I am paralyzed.
Thanks to the new Killer Instinct game absorbed by Hominid Botanic Sasquatch, Shipman made a new virus that immobilized people inside battle armors. You both fell into my trap! Bye bye, Sakurawa! Scarlet Netherworld!
Dokulokolo, you are our last hope.
Sakurawa and War Machine are dead! We finally have our revenge! Now we have to wait until the battle of your brother finishes.
Est un marteau à réacteur à fusion nucléaire, parfait pour un combat de corps à corps. Le cœur de War Machine peut lancer un laser géant qui s'appelle le War Beam. Son attaque est plus puissante, mais ça endommage son...
Chapitre 11, Chapter 11, La force du tigre, The strength of the tiger.
Number 25 is Jet Stingray for Megaman X4. His first impression makes us understand that he likes doing dangerous stunts. Before he fights you, he pursues you when you are in a motorcycle. One unique and entertaining introduction. Number 24 is Tenguman of Megaman 8. Because of his extreme arrogance, he insults you by seeing you. Listen to what he said.
Ready.
It's just a kid. Don't make me laugh.
With his condescending tone, we can feel his arrogance. This guy is very impolite. Number 23 is Officer Denise from Misadventure of Thronebone. In this game, you control a villain, Thronebone, the rival of Megaman Volnut. When you fight against the police officer for the last time, she enters the fight with her battle armor, and we can hear her coming from far away in a situation that gives us a suspense. We are going to anticipate a fight between two battle armor, Thronebone's battle armor versus Denise's battle armor. Number 22 is Slash Beast for Megaman X4. His intro is extraordinary because he is running after a train with no restraint to constrain Zero's train wreck. He will fight Zero on his train to train for his training to overtrain. Number 21 is Frostman from Megaman 8.
Freeze! I'll crush you! I'll make a popsicle of you!
Another unique intro. He destroys all the ice statues of Mega Man. It's his way of saying that he's going to beat you. It's a very creative way to introduce yourself. Number 20 is Neon Tiger from Mega Man X3. His intro is magnificent because he cut down trees with his impressive speed.
Chapitre 12, Chapter 12, Rank A, Rang A.
Now we made it in the A tier list. Number 19 is Flamestag from Mega Man X2. He introduced himself in the battle arena with his extraordinary abilities to climb walls, followed by one flamboyant pose. Number 18 is Harpuya of Mega Man Zero. Before you fight him for the first time, we can see a lot of unconscious soldiers on the ground and we are wondering who did this. This moment of suspense made Harpuya's intro unforgettable. Number 17 is Morph Morph. When we fight Morph Morph, he fights in his cocoon stage, but look what happened during his final phase. Morph Morph transformed into a beautiful, magnificent, fantastic, gracious butterfly with a lot of elegance. The beauty of that form is splendid. Butterflies are considered as a beautiful insect, and Morph Morph showed us a good example of why a butterfly is beautiful. The morphing of Morph Morph was impressive. Number 16 is Hyperstorm H from Mega Man Wily's War. Hyperstorm H is a secret boss. Instead of having one health bar like a normal boss, he is so huge that he has 2 health bars. The first time I saw that, I was very shocked, but I was not expecting that. He exaggerated too much. Number 15 is related to this game, Megaman X Command Mission on the PlayStation 2. Let's take 30 seconds to listen to the music of the title screen. Number 15 is Dr. Psyche, the boss of Chapter 4. You will soon understand why he made it in number 15.
Dr. Psyche, your rebellion army days are over.
Perfect. You'll make a good specimen. We scientists have a nasty bite!
J'ai gagné. Ah, I won. J'ai gagné.
You'll never beat my evolved form!
When the music film of a boss is the same as the title screen, you know it's going to be a difficult fight. This moment is unforgettable. This boss is so difficult that one of my friends was never ever was able to beat him, and it's been over 15 years. When he said to you that he will never beat his evolved form, he was telling the truth. He meant it.
How could this happen?
Chapitre 13, Chapter 13, le combat du siècle, the fight of the century.
Our fight caused trillions of dollars of damage around the world. All the government of the planet is talking about our fight. I will stop you, like usual. I agree with you. My final attack, the Colo laser, is strong enough to destroy the moon. Even you cannot survive it.
desire to fight.
Battle 1. Fight!
Harmonic box! Tetrahedron!
Here!
Tetrahedron!
Very good!
Tetrahedron!
Circular thing!
Impossible! Tetrahedron! Tetrahedron!
Here! Very good!
Tetrahedron! Harmonic box! Tetrahedron!
And we'll lose next time!
This is the right outcome.
Tetrahedron! Harmonic box!
Here! Very good! Ambulance! Circular thing! Fast shiny bubble!
Impossible!
No one's the worst.
That was a fun battle!
Loco laser! What? You survived? But that's impossible! Everyone, I'm sorry. He is too strong.
Chapitre 14, Chapter 14, Hardman.
Number 14 is Theodore Bruno from Megaman Legend 1.
It's powering up!
He is a giant that started to destroy the city, and Megaman needs to stop him before it's too late. He has so many HP that his health bar fills the entire screen. His spectacular intro is one of the best in the series because he destroys absolutely everything. He have a good intro for a bad reason, the destruction of a city. In the context of a boss, is a first good impression. Number 13 is related to this game, Mega Man X3. This is Vajulila VV. He is weak, but he is fast, and fights well with his sword. This is Mandalela Bebe. He is slow, but he has superhuman strength. Here's what happened in the good endings pathway. Their phenomenal fusion will stay engraved in my memory for all eternity. Impressive. In this form they are called God Car Machine Onari, a very impressive name. He has the ability of both characters to compensate for each other's weakness. Number 12 is Swordman of Mega Man 8. His introduction is monumental. He was inside a statue that fell from the sky, and he escaped the statue by slashing it in many pieces with his fire sword. Furthermore, he shows you a lot of respect by complimenting you during the fight if you manage to evade his fast attack, and he said that he wants a fair fight. We can learn the true nature of a person by the way he treats his enemies, and he is a respectable person.
Let's make this a fair fight.
In other Mega Man games, like Mega Man Battle Natural Transmission, he kept his personality of respecting his opponent.
我が輩の豪剣、うぬに破ることができる。
I'm Swordsman.
Number 11 is Hardman for Mega Man 3. Hardman is the strongest third generation robot master. He is also the best boss in Mega Man 3. Firstly, he have the best music in the game. This is the reason why his music made in Super Smash. Furthermore, his battle style is outstanding. He detached his arm from his body to punch you from a distance. His weapon is so cool that he became my favorite boss. I understand that you are all surprised by this fact, that me, Hardmancanada, Hardman is my favorite boss. I know this is a very shocking information. You are all shocked by that. This is one of the biggest mysteries in the universe. Who would have thought that me, Hardmancanada's favorite character, is called Hardman? I mean, who would have thought? I know you are all surprised by that. Originally, Hardman was going to be number 1, but I made an effort to be objective because I didn't want people to think that I am biased again. For a reason that I don't understand, people have always told me that when it comes to Hardman, I am biased.
I have good news! After 3 weeks of fighting, Bigfoot won! The Colo is dead! You can now steal all the rarest game of Hardmancanada.
Chapitre 15, Chapter 15, le rang S, Rank S.
Now we made it to rank A. Number 10 came from the game of Megaman 04. The first impression of what I saw gave me a heart attack. I had the biggest heart attack of my life. I will explain. In most Mega Man games, there are 8 bosses, and they all go to their separate ways to fight against Mega Man and his friends separately. And I've always told myself that if all 8 bosses attack Mega Man and his friends at the same time, it will be a guaranteed victory for the bad guys. But that would never happen, right? Right? I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. They really did it. They really did it. This picture is one of the scariest moments in Mega Man history. They are the most intelligent bosses in the Mega Man history. Do you remember of Coca Petri? I talked about him earlier in this movie. We all made fun of him because he is weak. But there is an advantage of being weak. He was so weak that all of his friends came to help him. He got his revenge against people who made fun of him. Number 9 is Quickman in Mega Man Power Battle. Quickman have super speed. In his intro, is sensational because he charged at the battle arena with his hallucinating speed. He is so fast that he produces after image of himself. In other Mega Man games, he often presents himself by being proud of his speed. Number 8 is Blast Hornet from Mega Man X3. Blast Hornet is a deranged maniac. To put pressure on the government to give in to his demands, he destroyed a city with an orbital laser, and he will destroy other cities if the government does not comply to him. I call that intimidation. Intimidation. Mega Man X was sent to stop him.
Chapitre 16. Chapter 16. Le Roi. The King.
Number 7 is Dr. Wily from Mega Man 2. You saw that, right? Dr. Wily transformed himself into an alien. The first time I saw that, I was shocked. Even Mega Man was shocked. Now I understand why Dr. Wily always stays inside a flying saucer. Number 6 is King from Mega Man and Bass. I will explain why his intro is impressive. King is the main villain of the game. He was introduced in the first level to motivate you to become strong enough to fight him. In the first level, King meets Protoman, the big brother of Megaman, but Protoman was defeated by King. Knowing that Protoman is stronger than Megaman in base, the game sends you a message to tell you that he is strong and your goal will be to get strong enough to fight him one day. During your adventure, you anticipate the epic battle against King. Once you made it in the final level, you will fight King, but there are many phases. Firstly, you fight against the tank of King. Secondly, you fight against the flying machine of King. Thirdly, you fight against King himself. Fourthly, you fight against King that was weakened by Protoman. And fifthly, King transformed into Mega King and fused himself with his two war machines for the ultimate battle. In that moment, I was speechless because individually they are very strong, but now I need to fight these three together, and I said to myself, are you kidding me? This is the correct way to introduce a villain. Number 5 is Overdrive Ostrich from Mega Man X2. His intro is comparable to an action scene, to an action scene of a movie. Overdrive Ostrich launched a missile to rebel against the government, but once Mega Man managed to stop the missile in time, we can see the silhouette of Overdrive Ostrich running at an incredible speed in the desert. Just like Quickman, Overdrive have super speed. Overdrive will never desert his mission in the middle of a desert. Number 4 is Gravity Beetle for Mega Man X3. He can put you in a grave situation because he controls gravity, one of the 4 fundamental powers of nature. Just like Blast Hornet, Gravity Beetle also made demand on the government. Blast Hornet exploded a city, but Gravity Beetle did the opposite. He imploded a city with a black hole. His unparalleled gravity intro was engraved in my memory. Wait, I can feel a presence of someone bad coming towards me.
Chapitre 17, Chapter 17, le boss final, the final boss.
Where is War Machine and Sakura War? War Machine has always defeated you for years, and he calculated that you would lose. What? I am shocked by this news. It explains why I could not feel the presence of my guardian angel, Dokolokolo. He gets into my nerve, but he is a friend that I respect a lot. War Machine, Sakura War. His friends helped me a lot in the past. Their death makes me sad. I'm very mad. Thanks to War Machine's Protocol 345, I will show you the true power of my mustache. Dokolokolo taught me that we should always forgive our enemies and we should fight for justice, not for revenge, because the path of revenge will ruin your life. But I must be honest, with people like you, it's not easy to follow this teaching. I'm running out of energy. It's time to use my most powerful attack. Foudre Moustache! Foudre Moustache! Everyone who's watching my movie, I'm sorry, I failed.
My death was greatly exaggerated. I put Bigfoot Yeti Sasquatch in prison. I will bring back Hardmancanada Sega Genesis Mini. I'm very tired because of your big brother, but I have enough strength to stop you. He ran away, but I at least retrieved the Sega Genesis Mini of Hardmancanada. Hardmancanada, stop being dramatic. You came back to life.
Thanks, Dokolokolo. You brought my Sega Genesis Mini back. But I have a question. We all died. How did we come back to life?
It's thanks to Protocol 77 of War Machine. 3 months ago, you lent him the new Killer Instinct game. He used that game to create the Protocol 77 just in case we all die. Protocol 77 can cancel your death the same way the combo breaker can cancel a combo. That is why War Machine installed Protocol 77 in our body. Me, you, and Sakura War, we came back to life, but War Machine died for good. He will not come back.
That is unfair. Why?
If you are lower than rank C, you have 100% of chance to succeed. But if you are equal or higher than rank C, you only have 30% chance to succeed. Sadly, War Machine did not make it.
What happened with Bigfoot Yeti Sasquatch?
I put him back in prison with the remaining energy of my Super Dokolokolo firm. For a few days, I won't be able to transform anymore. The Ice Age attack of Bigfoot Yeti Sasquatch changed the climate of Canada. I used the light of my Super Dokolokolo form to melt the ice across the country. I spent all of my remaining energy. I won't be able to transform for a few days. War Machine used the Protocol 5 Ailey to defeat Bigfoot. Protocol 5 Ailey is an orbital laser that War Machine built 4 weeks ago. He calculated the exact moment the fight between me and Bigfoot will end. The laser was programmed to attack Bigfoot 2 hours after the end of our fight. He was too tired to block the laser. It's impressive. Even after his death, he still fights for justice. He saved us all. He was a true hero. Only the top 3 remains. Now you can finish your movie in peace. Once you are finished, I will go to sleep for 1 week.
Chapitre 18, Chapter 18. Rank S+, le rang S+.
Now we made it in the S+. And rank number 3 came from the Game Boy version of Megaman 5. He is Terra, a robot made by an ancient extraterrestrial civilization. Megaman went to another planet to fight him for the last time. I will explain you the context of why his intro is epic. In the beginning of the game, Terra fought Megaman, but Terra was so strong that normal weapon wasn't hard enough to hurt him and Megaman lost. So Megaman replaced his Mega Buster with the Mega Arm, a modified version of Hardman's weapon because it was the only weapon hard enough to hurt Terra. See, I told you that Hardman was the best boss. Terra is another boss that gives you the motivation to get stronger because during the adventure of this game, you will travel between planets to fight Terra's army while you anticipate the epic rematch against a strong robot that is out of this world. Number 2 is Vile from Megaman X1. This is the reason why the intro of Boba Fett is epic. Oops! I meant to say Vile, not Boba Fett. In the first level of Megaman X1, you learn how to play the game, but once you meet Vile, everything you learn doesn't work on him. He was so strong that Megaman X was not able to beat him, and Zero, his best friend, saves you. Defeating Vile became a very personal mission for the player who controlled Megaman X, because a lot of players had an emotional attachment to Megaman X because of his innocence. During your adventure, you are anticipating a rematch against Vile, and Megaman X is gradually becoming stronger and stronger. Once you face Vile for the last time, it's the moment of truth because you trained for this moment. Between all the Megaman bosses that gave you the motivation to get stronger, like King and Terra, Vile was the best one. No contest. A lot of Megaman fans remembers Vile because of his first good impression.
You're struggling awfully hard for a world that's doomed.
So, it was Sigma pulling the strings the whole time, wasn't it, Vile?
Dernier chapitre. Last chapter. Le meilleur première impression. The best first impression.
Avant que je vous montre le numéro 1, voici la mention honorable. Before I show you number 1, here's the honorable mention.
But you can call me handsome guy.
Priority now is to get rid of our little blue friend, all right? Be careful and don't be fooled by his size. He's already beaten Bon and Tron. Let's do it!
Roger!
Warning! Warning!
Sigma? Can't say I was looking forward to seeing you again.
0.
Wait, are you crazy?
Wait, where do you think you're going? What can a single boy possibly do?
saved you just in time. Let's return to our secret base.
Was that a reaver ball? What happened? Why did it run off like that? Maybe there's something over there. You should go take a look, Mega Man.
Number 1 came from the game of Mega Man Legend 2. Inside the desert dungeon, there is a giant creature that we can see from the windows. The first time I saw him, I said to myself, I hope that I will never fight against that giant guy. But like usual, I spoke too soon. This boss have a lot of names. Some call him Soul Kada, some call him Dinosaur Riverbot, and some call him Wajigadron. The music and the camera angle give his intro a lot of suspense. His intro gives you the feeling that you are a small insect compared to him. He is so big that we can't see him fully. This is the best boss intro in Mega Man history. His intro have suspense, intimidation, exaggeration. It's scary, it's spectacular, and he even insults you. During the second phase of the fight, the boss realized that Mega Man is not strong enough to hurt him, so he started ignoring you and he started drinking lava. That's insane. Furthermore, the game advises you to run away before you die. It's one of the only time the game is advising you to not fight against a boss. So I took the best decision of my life and I ran away. It was one of the only time a Mega Man game let you run away from a boss. Wajigadron is number 1. No contest. I almost finished my movie. Thank you all for watching my movie. Write in the comment section your favorite Mega Man boss intro. Bye everyone, I love you all because of my mustache. See you next time.
War Machine, we will call the War Duo. But my heart is empty without you. But because you accepted the Son of God, you are in a better place. You will be rewarded for your bravery.
You had a heart. My mission was a success. We saved the world. Bigfoot has 0.3% of chance to escape again from the new prison. Furthermore, there is a 92% chance that Hardmancanada the Movie will be successful. I have no regrets. I'm ready to go to the other side.
The bridge is long now. I feel so burned out. She was right. The echoes fade down. The silence so loud. She was right. It's getting old. 2,000 miles and my back's getting old. It's getting old. 2,000 miles and my back's getting old. It's getting old. Scream so softly, the voices home. She was right. The past is here now. It lives with me.